Hello, welcome back to these videos where we learn English every day. Of course, again, this is Teacher Kent, Professor Kent coming at you. Uh, Today we're going to learn business things. So, for example, what I invented when I was a hotel manager is A.R.C.O. So before I was an English teacher and a professor in Japan, I was a hotel manager for many years, and I invented this. So it's how to deal with customer complaints. So, but before I explain what A.R.C.O is, A.R.C.O, don't forget to give us a like below and comment and give us some suggestions about future videos if you'd like to see. And at the end of the video, so don't forget to subscribe, and I'll show you some other videos at the end. So let's see, A.R.C.O. What is A.R.C.O? So when I was a hotel manager, I realized that there's different kinds of customers and how to deal with them. So this is a small part of the video, but if we say 100 customers, 100% of customers, I realized that of those 100%, 50% were easy mistakes, easy issues, things that were like the remote didn't have batteries in it. Okay, that's an easy issue. It's probably our fault, but still it's an easy issue. It might be our fault, might be their fault, but easy issue, 50%. 30% were more serious issues that we need to deal with, that we cause, maybe that it's hotel's fault. And this video today will be about that 30% of those people, like something you cause and what you should do about it to fix it. The remaining 20% are customers that just want to complain. You can say like they believe the customer's always right. They think by complaining they can get more service. For example, Red Roof Inn, when I was hotel manager, if you complained about anything, you get a free night stay. So lots of their customers will just complain, just to complain. So that's about 20% of people. So like I said, we're going to work on those 30% of complaints that are a serious issue, but something that is fixable from our point of view. So it's not, they just don't want to complain. The 20%, or it's easy mistake. That's easy. You don't need to do anything about that. So let's see, let's open up the whiteboard for these 30% of serious issues that we can fix. So as I said, we call this A.R.C.O, or I call it A.R.C.O. I invented it, I think. Let's see, A.R. So please take notes. You can use these when you work in any company. They're useful for any kind of industry. So the A.R.C.O method, as I like to call it. Let's see, can you guess what is the first step? So these are in order. What is the first step you should do when you have an issue? Of course, the first step is apology. You should apologize for making the problem. Like, I'm sorry. So, but I will say this about this. It's not just saying I'm sorry. Of course, I'm sorry is part of it, but it's to, sorry, yeah, I'm trying to write, it's to really show, to take responsibility. I'll say that, yes. So don't just say, I'm sorry. That's kind of meaningless. Just say, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Of course, this part is, of course, to take responsibility. Whoever's responsible, to take responsibility for that action. So if it's the housekeeper's responsible, or if you're responsible, or whoever, whatever industry you're in, to show the responsibility of our actions. Yes. Oh, our housekeeper shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry about that. I will repair it. I'll fix it in the future. So, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Just take responsibility. I'm really sorry. So that's why this step is not just, I'm sorry, jumping right ahead. You should listen to the complaint and say, okay, well, I need to go around and research this. So let me look around and try to research where this issue happened, who did it. Is it partly me? Is it partly them? It might even be the customer, but let's see where the responsibility lies. The second thing, so during that research phase, you find out who's responsible and you make them apologize, not you. You apologize too, but make them, I'm so sorry. Like if it's the housekeeper, for me, hotel manager. So if it's the housekeeper, the maintenance guy, they can apologize to the customer. So make them take responsibility for their actions. The second part, and it's part of apology, is, can you guess? Yes, reason. Reason and why. I like to tell my students this. Why did it happen? As I like to say, past. This is, sorry, past. So what happened in the past? So why? This is very important. A lot of people forget step 2 and step 3 are most important when you're dealing with complaints. A lot of people jump from A to O. You'll see what A is later, but don't forget, customers want to know why it happened. Just saying I'm sorry is not enough. If this happened for this reason, so which leads into our next one. This is the only one that actually has 2 words, but corrective. So to correct something, corrective action. So of course, and this is again a why question. Why? So future. Why it won't or will not happen again. This is great even when you're explaining to your parents what happened and why it happened and why it won't happen again. Let me move this here. Yes. So of course, as you can see, so why did it happen? Why it won't happen again? And the last one, and I'll explain all these more details, is the offer. As you can guess, a lot of companies do this, the offer. I hinted at earlier Red Roof Inn, for example, where they offer like that free nights stay, one free night, I should say one free night stay during your next visit. So you can't use at this visit, you have to pay for this visit, but next visit. But it's often overused thing because you can see, of course, if you use it the next visit you complain, you'll get next visit. So be careful with this kind of offer. But an offer is something like this, is to offer something like 10%. So it could be when I was a hotel manager, for example, in my case, I could do anywhere from my employees couldn't. My employees could only do 10%. But as a manager, I could do anywhere from 10% to 100% free. And I'll say, based on how big an issue, it was. So of course, this is very important, not just to save money for your company, but this is important because if you give like Red Roof Inn 100% free every single time, you'll get more and more complaints about non-issues. So this is the employees or the customers will eventually respect you because they'll understand that was a big deal. Wow, I got 100%. That wasn't as big a deal as I thought, so I got 20%. That was a kind of medium deal. So I got 50%. The customers will start to get used to it, and they'll realize that the more you offer, the more you're taking responsibility. So the bigger the issue, the more you offer. So be careful about that. So just to review these 4, of course, so again, I call them the A.R.C.O method. So apologize, but take responsibility for your actions. Reason, so I didn't explain this, but I want to explain now. A and O, most people jump from A to O and they forget to do the stuff in the middle. So of course that is not great. So here from A to O, they just jump and they don't do A.R.C.O. They don't go through each one by one, which they should. So you should go like this, A.R.C.O. and in this order. So the reason R and C I think are most important for this method is customers want to know more than the offer. Offer I think doesn't mean as big a deal to them. Customer wants to know why. That's why, for example, when we give presents in America, birthday presents or Christmas presents, we might explain why. We might explain like, I bought this T-shirt because I know how much you love the band, and I know you couldn't go to the concert last time, so you missed out on buying it. So it's a special present for you. Boom. So they might not appreciate the offer, the T-shirt. They might, it's not my design. But when they explain why, like, oh, that's right, I did miss the concert. Oh, they were thinking about me. So why is very, 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 very important. So in R and C are very important. Why did it happen? You have to explain, take responsibility and explain, okay, well, this happened for this reason and future, why it will not or won't happen again. Okay, these are the corrective actions I took. These are how I fixed the system or how I fixed the problem. So for not only you, but for future customers. So this is an important point that I realized when I was a hotel manager. Before that, I never complained about issues. And I used to think I used to think that all the complainers were like those 20% people I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I realized no. For the 80%, 50% are real small issues, 30% are big issues. For those 80%, what they're doing is they're helping the service or product for future customers. So it's not, you shouldn't imagine complaints as a bad thing. It's a way for your employees or your customers and employees maybe, but to help you realize, oh, that is something that could be and should be fixed. I can fix it. I can make it better for future people, not just for them. So corrective action, not just when you visit our our company or store again, but also for every customer you have made an impact on them. You have changed our system, and we appreciate that. So you should think of that in a positive light, that complaints are something that can be fixed and should be fixed. So R and C are very important. Why did it happen? I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was a big issue. Let's fix it. And corrective action, how we can fix it in the future. Hopefully, okay, you learned some new strategies for dealing with issues from customers. I call them issues instead of complaints. So the A.R.C.O method. So please use in your everyday life, of course, when you're working with customers. Thanks again for watching these videos. Don't forget to subscribe here and watch some other teaching videos up here. And over here, some popular videos on our channel. Until tomorrow, have a good day. See you in tomorrow's lesson. See you.